Fundamentals of ASP.NET Core 3. This is Burdett Wilson, your instructor and guide, as we take a closer look at ASP.NET Core 3. I'm an instructor at Macon Area Career and Technical Education Center. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm an adjunct instructor at Tech Community College. I'm a private contractor. I work with corporate outsourcing companies, helping them as an education consultant and also as in curriculum developing programs for existing employees and new employees. I'm also Oracle Academy Success Story instructor, so you can also look that up online. Just a real quick course overview before we get started. In Section 1, we're going to do Getting Started with .NET Core and look a little closer at why .NET Core is so important. In Section 2, look a little more at architecture for our new applications in .NET Core. And we're going to look at, in Section 3, we're going to look at creating a well-architected application. We're going to talk about modularization, some of those systems that we would use in developing a new API. In Section 4, we're going to look at WPF, the Windows Presentation Foundation, and how we would use that to develop desktop applications for our clients. In Section 5, we're going to look at building applications that work on all Windows 10 devices. And really, we're going to start to think about how we could target our applications for either certain platforms or for multiple platforms using the .NET Core framework. Section 6, Universal Windows Platform, looking at the UWP platform, and take a closer look at the XAML that's in there and the C# and how those work hand in hand to make our project more dynamic. And finally, in Section 7, we'll talk about testing and deployment of our new applications that we've created in ASP.NET Core. In our introduction here, we talk a little bit about software developers really were looking for cross-platform answers that would help them on modern systems develop products for either Windows, especially Windows 10 now, Linux, or Mac OS, and be able to use not only a basic set of tools that are indigenous to those platforms. They wanted a system that would work in the net or in cloud-based applications, desktop applications, APIs, and as server applications. And really, developers also wanted systems that would work on any device, whether it was a PC or a tablet or Internet of Things, the IoT, whether it was smartphones or it was gaming consoles even. So really in the history, many developers wished to be able to develop in all these platforms, and there wasn't a real good answer. Microsoft introduced the .NET Framework, and the .NET Framework was designed to be web ready, and this was a new step, but it still didn't address other platforms like Linux or Apple OS. So even though you created these great applications for Microsoft Windows applications, you couldn't go across to Linux or Apple OS without a lot of other work and other service applications. The .NET Framework also relied outdated services. It's been around for almost 20 years, and a lot of the services that you had to use the .NET Framework, they've gotten old. We need to go back and be able to rewrite those. And instead of using the same framework, Microsoft came out with the .NET Core framework to be able to do that. In order to succeed in this course, things that would help you out do this course easier, an understanding of basic C#, basic programming ideas, that would help you out in working with it, especially methods. We're going to use methods. Understanding of basic IDE functions. If you've used other IDEs other than Visual Studios, a lot of this will seem familiar. The button's just in a different place. The things that it can do are probably very similar. But we'll be using Visual Studio's 2019 community version, which is a free version that we'll be using mostly in this tutorial. If, for example, Visual Studio's 2020 comes out or some other version of that, an updated version, everything that we do in this tutorial will still be applicable. Would help if you're familiar with SDKs, with software development environments. If you're a Java developer, this is very, very familiar to you. Maybe if you're a Microsoft developer, it's not quite as familiar. But really, that's a package that allows us to go across to those other platforms. And we'll be using the .NET Core SDK in this tutorial. So why C#? C# is a higher level object-oriented programming language. It's a strongly typed language. It is object-oriented, and it's modular in its design, which allows us to use all those object-oriented features. C# is the most commonly used language in the .NET Framework and the .NET Core applications. And learning C# is key in using the .NET Framework and .NET Core to create enterprise systems, desktop applications, websites, and mobile applications. Step 1, we're going to introduce you to each of the concepts. Generally, in the first video or two of the section, we're going to explain why it's important and kind of why it's a tool that we need. Step 2, we're going to look at code details, smaller snippets of code that's going to help us use the components in your own programs. And finally, in step 3, we're going to actually do some coding, and then that'll help us reinforce those concepts. So, as you know, doing it hands-on is the best way to get a feeling for the code. That finishes this video, so let's just get started.